what I figured out is just use whatever tools you have and just start creating, even if it's shitty, and just put it out there. And over time, the more and more consistent you are with your creativity, the better and better it gets. Sometimes I ask myself, why is family so fucking annoying? My family member can start saying a word, and in like the first second I know what they're gonna say and what they want to say to me, and it bugs me that I know what someone's gonna say to me before they even say out loud. They're really good at pointing out what your flaws are. They just bring out all the worst things to the surface, and they point them out, and they criticize you, and it's annoying. The issue with family is you don't really get to choose who your family is. Well, biological family at least, you don't choose. You're just born into this group of people, whether you like them or not. Most people don't want to work with their family beyond the time that they really have to. But some people end up working with their family doing business. And it can either go one of two ways: very well or very badly. You see, most of the time when you start a business, you get to choose your business partners. But if you're going to be doing a business with your family, like I said before, you're born into these group of people. You did not choose who your mom will be, who your sister will be, who your brother will be. Now that brings me up to my goal, which is I want to run a business platform through this right here, through this platform, a video platform. So every day what I've been studying and practicing is finding out who my audience is and who I want my audience to be, because everyone can choose their audience. The biggest reason for me, and the reason why I want to earn money this way through speaking to an audience and marketing, is because I've never liked being told what to do. At school, I never did my homework on time. I never followed instructions. I always threw them out. And I've never been someone to enjoy being told what to do. I might have gotten it from my dad because he never worked for anyone in his whole life. He always either ran his own business or figured out a side hustle. I want to be able to have a business where I have full control of myself and I am my own boss. But that takes a lot of self-motivation and having a healthy practice to live by that keeps you on the right path and the right mission and the right goal. The idea of earning money online and having a product that you can sell and make a great living, that's a very appealing idea to me, and I know I can do it. People are going online and making so many things happen. You're able to connect with a crazy amount of people through the internet. Really, it's about common sense. I have the common sense to figure out how to set up a strategy to doing it. Sidebar here, I see people taking online classes at like BYU and other universities, and they're paying $50,000 to take an online class. And then there's also some students who still go in person to the university, but basically they're all 6 feet apart, sitting in class, taking online classes. So they're all gathering together to do online classes together. That just sounds so crazy in my head. I mean, man, take that $50,000, invest it in a product, put some thought and effort into the story and the uses of this product, make it something great, and sell it online, and boom, you're doubling or quadrupling that money. Instead of wasting it on learning from some boomers on an online course on some shitty website. That's beyond me. That's just my opinion on it. I think it's ridiculous to spend that much money on online classes. Anyhow, working with family, starting a business, these are all ideas that are popping up in my head because of social isolation and because of the quarantine. All of this stuff is coming up for me, and it's pretty cool to see how in the stillness of life so many great ideas can come up. So we're gonna see what happens here. I'm gonna see if I can figure you guys out. You guys are like a puzzle, and I have to figure out my audience, figure out how they think, what's going on in their head, what do they want, what do they need before they even know it themselves. So it's gonna be a great big puzzle. For me, figuring out this audience like a puzzle piece, like a maze, like a jigsaw puzzle, that is so exciting for me. Really, I want to market towards them things that I enjoy myself, things that I love myself, because that's even better. If I really love it, and I know there's other people out there in the world that really love it, well, boy, that's going to be a really fun product to market and sell to that audience. Like tea, for example. It's easy for me to complain about my family. That's what I'm doing. But at the same time, I really do love them. I can't forget that out there somewhere, there's a kid who's lost his dad, his mom, and all his family when he was very young, or she was very young. And maybe she's never had family before. Imagine if a family, oh, look at that, it's a ladybug. This video was originally gonna be about family, but it's ended up being about family and business. So what makes a strong family? Let's ask that question first. I'd say probably communication and talking things out makes a consistently strong family. Supporting your members, sticking together as a family, that makes a strong family. Doing things together makes a strong family. I want to take the values and principles of what a strong family is and apply it to a strong business. This sounds like a whole bunch of PR. Maybe it is. But taking strong family values and principles and applying it to business. Now, how can I do that? Maybe I observe what successful families look like and I model my business on that. This might have been already done before, but hey, at least it's coming out of my head and it's natural. Keeping a consistent alignment to your principles and values, so consistently communicating, consistently supporting one another, and then it compounds and compounds, and that creates a successful business. That's like the hardest thing for me, especially for creativity. Whatever I do, I like to be creative, I like to make stuff. I can't stand not creating something. I don't like consuming stuff all the time. I want to create something, put something out there, make something for the world. But at times, I give myself the excuse, well, you don't have inspiration right now. There's no inspiration, so how are you going to create? But what I figured out is just use whatever tools you have and just start creating, even if it's shitty, and just put it out there. And over time, the more and more consistent you are with your creativity, the better and better it gets. This might be the worst video of my life, but at least I'm trying and I'm doing something. Even though it's challenging and it pushes me, it's gonna improve me in the long run. It's so hard for me to talk in front of camera because I get nervous and it just feels uncomfortable, but you know, the more I practice, the better I get, and I think I've improved a ton. love what Newton said. Whatever goes up must come down. Let me say that a little better. For example, whatever goes up must come down again. That's a truth. That's a fundamental truth for planet Earth, at least. Where we live right now, whatever goes up must come down. It's like in everything, in all aspects of your life, that applies. You have your up times in life, and you then have your down times in life. I've been having a lot of downs in my life lately. Very, very low curves. But I've also had a few very highs in my life. It's been a wave of ups and downs. And the challenging part is not getting stuck down here and not being too stuck up here, and embracing both the ups and the downs, but not being boring and not feeling them, but embracing both of them, and embracing both the up and the down. It's too much, man. It's too much. I wonder to myself, what am I gonna be? I don't know what my plan is. I don't have a written analytical 10-year plan to my life. I don't know what I'm gonna be when I'm 80, what I'm gonna be doing. But I know one thing, and that's that I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it happen, whatever it takes. And I plan to be very happy when I'm old. Long-term thinking. But I don't know how I'm gonna get there. Having a dad who was a devoted Taoist or Taoist really instilled some of those values in my character and being. He was a naturalist, and so I find myself living that way in some aspects of my life. To be a naturalist, you see how you can learn from nature and live according to nature's natural course. So the question I'd ask myself is, what is the nature of me? What is in my nature? And what am I naturally good at? The path of least resistance. It sounds like just being really lazy, but it's not lazy. It's the natural way. Even though nature does take the path of least resistance, at the same time, nature is always pushing the boundaries of how far it can go to survive. It's pushing the boundaries on all sorts of life forms. How long can a life form survive without water, or with a very small amount of water? How old can something live? Nature is always pushing those boundaries. So, me being a part of nature, I have to push boundaries, but at the same time, try to do it from the path of least resistance. That's all a lot of stuff to think about in my small little brain compared to everything. I understand so little, but I also understand so much. That's a cool thing about being a naturalist. It's the power of observation. I can observe nature and all the amazing things that
nature is built. And I can try to model what has been successful in nature and apply it to myself. So yeah, as time goes by, I'll figure it out. Pretty content just being me and the things around me, being okay with it all. But always looking to push the boundaries and grow stronger and even bigger than before. And being proud, looking back and seeing all the growth and development I have been through. I love to say it, I want to win. I want to win.
Whoa.
It's a rattlesnake, be careful.
Is it?
No, it's a
I mean, it's not a rattlesnake, be careful.
What type of snake is it?
Because rattlesnakes are not that bad.
Whoa.
You know they can jump, right? You know?
Really?
Okay, good
Isn't
girl.
that beautiful how they move?
Good girl.